Hey, Logan. Sorry, it took me a second. Hold on, let me get my stand. Sorry. Ooh, ooh. Ugh. Sorry, today's been kind of a crazy day. My wife is traveling, and I'm doing the laundry and the dishes and all that stuff. Hey, come here. All right. You guys want to see my DEI cat? Look, that's Jinxie. Hello. Who's that? You gonna say hi? Huh? This is Jinx. So he's my DEI cat. That's what I call him all the time. You say hello? He's got white pits. He's pretty cute. He is clearly not thrilled with me holding him. How is everyone today? I'm going to try to get back on a schedule. It's been kind of crazy in my life. Sorry. I'm going to try to do these at 12. So every Monday, I'm doing a different topic if I was going to run for office, whether that's Senate, Congress, or president. Today was gun reform. Yeah, my kitty is woke. So for gun reform, you know what's interesting? When I started this channel back in April, I started it because I thought that and I've noticed a trend on views on videos. And this goes for me, we are addicted to outrage. When I talk about minimum wage, when I talk about gun reform, making adoption easier, when I talk about mental health, it does not get the same amount of views as MAGA idiots fake outrage. We're addicted, and I'm not going to do it. And if it means I get less views, then so be it. Now, I'm going to make some videos about stupid MAGA, but we're addicted to it. We lose 45,000 people on average a year to gun violence, and we just scroll by it. Now, if I make a video about MAGA, 500,000 views, a billion views, we're addicted to it. And we have to have more content creators, in my opinion, more I've thought about it, that aren't going to buy into it. And if I only get an example, and I don't care about the views. I am not a stat junkie. I'll probably check it more than I should, but I don't get stuck on stats. Most of my videos get like 1,000 views the first hour. Minimum wage got like 250. Gun reform, 300. The number one cause of death in this country is guns. But we just swipe past it because it's not sexy. It's not a hot topic. It's not a hurricane. It's not a tornado. It's not a fire. It's not a school shooting. Hey, boo-boo. Yeah, you're right, Rory. Stupidity gets the most attention and outrage. It happens all the time, and it's a damn shame. And we as content creators, we got to be better about calling it out. It just, I know I sound like a broken record on this stuff, but it just drives me nuts, the amount of stuff that people are attracted to. Then I want to get into the gun thing. So I want to talk every Monday. I'm talking about my topic, whether it's live or my long form video. Watch. And I'm going to keep using such as an example, and I haven't even looked at them. Let me see. Watch. This is what I'm talking about. Look. This was posted. Now, listen, I know they have 5 million followers. I get that, okay? 35 minutes ago. Death blow to the case, so ordered. Dun, dun, dun. 38,000 views. 2 hours ago, Trump spirals out of control. Disaster Monday, 131,000. 20 Trump GOP members ready to quit. 456 fucking thousand views. 5 hours ago, devastating disclosure. 606,000 views. So think about this. In the last 5 hours, Midas Touch has had about 1.3 million views on 4 videos. Just think about that. I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane what we're addicted to as a country. This is the crap that we're buying into all the time. Yeah, thank you, Avar. And I told my wife this. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And I think when you start calling this kind of stuff out, that it's going to start off slower. I think when more people realize the bullshit that this is, because this is bullshit. This is not news. This is clickbait. They have the right to do it. But as long as we demand it, we're going to keep doing it. Yellow letters, emotional. You see how they have the record button right there? It's all bullshit. Oh, look, there's a power button. Oh, look, he's dangling keys. Like, why do I need an arrow to show me where Trump is? Am I stupid? I don't know where he is. I can see him in there. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. Gun reform. Okay, this is my platform. I made a long form video. I think a couple people watched it, but I'm going to keep being who I'm going to be. Safe gun storage was the first issue that I talked about. Oh, by the way, I got these lights, like little, I don't know what they're called, like LED lights, so you guys can see my face. So hopefully, I got to figure it out because I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to get the glare off my face. Okay, 2 months ago, there was a 13-year-old that made gun violence allegations against the school. He said he was going to shoot him up. The police went to his house and they found guns out in the open, under his bed, in the closet, behind dressers. That's what happened. Those parents should be charged with a felony. With great power comes great responsibility. If you're going to own a gun, you should be required to store it. How could you buy a gun, say you're pro-life, well-regulated, and then just leave a gun in your closet or behind a dresser where your 13-year-old A can pick it up? That's disgusting. If they use it in a shooting, you should be charged with a 10 or 20-year felony, period. That is not an infringement. You are infringing on somebody else's rights, my kids, your kids, because you were too damn lazy to store them up. How many crimes do you think would be prevented if people thought twice about not securely storing their guns? A lot. Background checks. Right now, if you go to a show in Texas and you're 18, you can go to a private gun show and buy a gun without going through a background check. Is that law and order? Is that well regulated? No. Everybody should go through a background check. Doesn't matter. Why do you want convicted felons owning guns? Or what if it's a pedophile or another criminal or a person that has domestic violence charges? Why would you want to give them a gun? The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. It also says well regulated. When your rights infringe on somebody else's, it's no longer freedom. Make them wait 10 days. What's wrong with waiting 10 days? How is waiting 10 days an infringement on your freedoms? You're making sure that the people that are buying the guns are legally allowed to do it. I own a Sig Sauer. I do. I don't brag about it. I have one. I waited. I went through a background check. I got a safe storage in advance. And then I made the decision to go to a person, a certified trainer, and I spent, I want to say 2 or 3 hours with them. He showed me how to use it, how to clean it, how to store it, how to shoot it, and it's been in my box ever since. I rarely pull it out. What's wrong with that? If we can just do that, we would cut down on, even if it was 5%, it would be worth it. Yeah, it's awful. Next thing, make people go through a gun safety course. 2 or 3 hours. What do our kids go through for training? My now 18-year-old went through 50 hours of online training just to drive a freaking car. Then he had to do another, I think, 8 hours behind the wheel. Then he had to take a 2-hour test. Then he had to go to the DMV and take another test just to drive a damn car. But if you go to Texas and you're 18 and you're pissed off at the world, you can just buy a gun and shoot up a bunch of people with no background check. That is bullshit. It is. And it's crappy that the Democrats don't make that argument and push back. They just let the squeaky wheel they avoid the issue. And when you avoid an issue, you let the squeaky wheel get the most attention. Well, yeah, Laura, you're right. We have a lot of stupid people in this country. We do. We have a lot of idiots like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, thank you, Blue Collar. I appreciate that. You're right. And Mason, this is the bigger issue that I have with the system in general, right? Okay, the first thing is we have social media, which I talked about in the beginning. We have this rage-baiting, clickbait bullshit, Midas Touches and Ben Shapiro's and Candace Owens with yellow letters. We have a 24-hour news cycle that makes you think that the world is on fire, that your way of life is going to shit. And then you have politicians who tote this BS PG line and tell people what they want to hear. I'm the lesser of two evils, and it's crap. It is. We have to break away from it. They're not willing to have, I'm talking like a regular person. I grew up walking to work for 3 years because I couldn't afford a damn bicycle. I lived paycheck to paycheck. I had to sneak in the back door when I couldn't pay rent. Oh, thank you, Laura. I mean, you can email me. That's what we need. This is not an example. I'm going to put out a video later about Marjorie Taylor Greene either today or tomorrow. She's just a shitty person. She is. She voted for an adjudicated rapist and a felon who sexually assaulted women and caused an insurrection. And now she's a cowardly little twit that's running away and claims to be a patriot. She's a fucking coward. And Democrats should be saying this or they're not, because they're worried about being moderate. It's bullshit. Yeah, she's a disgusting human being. And she only gave a crap when the darkness came over her door and somebody said something about her kid. She's the one that went down the street and harassed David Hogg, after 14 of his schoolmates were shot in a goddamn school. That's who she is. She is a shitty person. And her and Jeffrey Epstein are going to spend a lot of time together one day, and she's going to know who's on the Epstein list, because that's where she's going to end up. Yeah, she did with David Hogg. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Sometimes if I play clips on here, YouTube gets a little weird. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, watch. I'll show you this clip. Oh, yeah, by the way, on a side note, look. It's my Jack Skellington Christmas tree. Yeah, baby. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta share it in a tab. Hold on. Oh, there it is.
David, why are you supporting the red flag laws? If a resource officer at Parkland had done his job, then Nicholas Cruz wouldn't have killed anybody in your high school, or at least protected them. Why are you supporting red flag gun laws that attack our Second Amendment rights? And why are you using kids as a barrier? Do you not know how to defend your stance? Look, I'm an American citizen. I'm a gun owner. I have a concealed carry permit. I carry a gun for protection for myself, and you are using your lobby and the money behind it and the kids to try to take away my Second Amendment rights.
She's a shitty person. Oh, I got those from I think it was like a fan expo or a Comic-Con. They always have them at those events. I don't know where to buy them. I just see them all the time. That's who she is. She's a shitty person. She cares more about a gun than the life of dead kids. This is who her base is. They're obsessed with guns. They've been told their whole lives that they're the victims, that the libtards are coming for their guns, and that they're the victim. Biden's coming for your guns. Harris is coming for your guns. Clinton's coming for your guns. Carter's coming for your guns. Ooh, scary. The transgenders are indoctrinating you. The tampons in the bathrooms are indoctrinating you. Guns kill people. And what do they always say? Because they're stupid, right? Well, pencils don't write bad words. No, you're right. But if you take pencils away, you can't write bad words. When people drink and drive, if you take away their car, they can't run people over with cars, can they? You take away a gun, you can't kill people with guns. Hold on. This is horrible. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is just a horrible human being. She just is. The last thing I was going to talk about, well, there's two more things for guns. So you have gun storage, background checks, waiting periods. Ban ghost guns. Ban them. You can't regulate them. They don't have serial numbers. Ban them all. They should not be allowed in public because convicted felons and people that don't have guns, people that have domestic violence charges, are going to get their hands on them. How is that well regulated? It's not. It's total BS. And I believe that people that have been diagnosed by a medical professional with some kind of mental illness should not own guns if they're a threat to themselves or somebody else. Why should somebody that has been diagnosed by a medical doctor own a firearm where they can hurt somebody else or themselves? They shouldn't. It's ridiculous. It's an absolute joke. It should not be allowed under any circumstance. A ghost gun is, it's not I'm not going to explain it the right way, but do you know where they have like those 3D printers? It's similar to that. It's not that, but people are making them outside of regular manufacturing, security, safety protocols. They're kind of like black market guns. That's probably the best explanation I can give you without going too far into it. Yeah, we'll have 800 trillion guns, but we can't even give people universal health care. We have 14 million children that go to school hungry, 42 million that need taxpayers' money just to eat. We got 2/3 of this country that live paycheck to paycheck, but God forbid we do anything to stop the number one killer of children, which is guns. God forbid. Hey, Tia. And look, and I'm going to keep using, look at this live as an example, right? And I don't care if one person follows me. I don't care. Like 20 people in here. Why? Because of the thumbnail. Because it talks about guns. And I guarantee you, watch, tomorrow, watch, I'm going to put a different thumbnail up. I'm going to put something about MAGA. We're going to run a social experiment, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. People scroll by because they want to watch. Here, let's see what's live, and I'll show you. Because this, I really think that this is the crux of where we are. It's our addiction to outrage. Watch. And I did not plan this, and I'm just going to show you. Hold on. Share screen. Oh, wait. There. Look. Trump holds roundtable, 1,300. Nepo baby, Somali hate, MAGA media circus, 500. Bipartisan lawmaker, 700. Boat strike, cover up, dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Pat McAfee's just kind of a tool bag. That's the news. Everything else is like games and stuff. Oh, here we go. Trump backs major announcement. Announced $12 billion bailout plan for farmers. This is what we. Oh, here was another one. Goes on Bill Maher's club. Ethan calls out how's the stream. But it's right. Look, it's all like 4 people, bright yellow letters, live. Do this. Come see this. It's what we watch. It's what we consume. Yes, you're right, Quantum. We as a society, myself included, because God knows I'm not perfect, the more that we demand this, the more they give it to us. We demand this stuff. Like fentanyl. If there was no demand, nobody would sell it to us. If we didn't buy beer, they wouldn't make beer. We demand it's this is a supply and demand country. We are demanding outrage, and they're going to keep giving it to us until we stop demanding it. That's just a fact. It's sad, but it's a fact. Yeah. So ghost guns, background checks, waiting periods, safe gun storage, and go through a safety training for 2 to 3 hours. Give me one valid argument as to how that is an infringement on your well regulated militia. And I could even make the argument that guns, the Second Amendment, was actually written to prevent slaves from getting their freedom in Virginia. You can make that argument, and some people could probably prove it. We are not a well regulated militia. An 18-year-old that got picked on at school, that got fired from his job, that believes an election was stolen is not a fucking well regulated militia. They don't quantum. I can go down to a private gun show in Texas right now at 18 or older and just buy a gun without a background check. That should never happen. And Republicans, it's an infringement on your constitutional rights that says well-regulated militia, because they don't talk about that. They only talk about shall not be infringed. We have a stupid country. Correct. But look, and I'm going to be real. I used to go on Brian's show and I don't anymore. Hold on. No. Watch. Let's talk about Brian's show. And I have no problem doing it anymore. I don't care. Look. Yellow, 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 yellow. He started doing it a couple days ago. Craziest moments. Trump exposed. MAGA callers. MAGA caller debate. MAGA owned. Fact checked. War crimes. He admitted he was wrong. Embarrassing. Dumbest MAGA. He's done. I mean, come on. This is bullshit. Come on, people. We got to be better than this. We just do. One of the quotes that I say all the time, is, and I'll put it up. Hold on. There is it. Hold on. Yeah, it's right here. One of my favorite quotes that he ever did. Right there. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. What we have in our media and on social media are a lot of content creators that are a searcher for consensus. In Congress, searchers of consensus. They just are. They're not looking to change anything. They want people to be pissed off, so you click on their channel and they make a shit ton of money. They make a lot of money. A lot. Yeah, I know. I have something here. I'll show you. Let's see how much they make. Hold on. Now there's an app I use called what's it called? vidIQ, and it gives you an hold on. Talking in my ear. I mean, look. They have 8 billion views. Oh, sorry, they're talking in my ear. But they make a crap ton of money. A crap ton of money on YouTube. They don't care about the solutions. That's what we have to get to are people that want to be part of a solution, not just make you pissed off and angry about the problem. It's easy to talk about the fire in Lahaina. It's easy to talk about Hurricane Helene, but we don't give a damn about the recovery. That's the problem. We don't care about it. And that's a shame. We have got to choose to be better, myself included. I get criticized all the time on Blue Sky. I am literally called a white supremacist because I criticized Hakeem Jeffries. I am not kidding you, people. Yeah, they make a shit ton of money. A lot of money. It's pretty accurate too. I mean, I make a couple of bucks. Nothing even close to that. I'm going to be working till I'm probably 70 or 80. But it's a very lucrative business. I agree. I would love to have Jasmine Crockett, but the reality is that part of this country is still going to vote for the lesser of two evils because we're unwilling to break away from the two-party system. And that's why I'm not sure if I want to run for Eric Swalwell's seat. Because what I'm afraid is going to happen is that he's going to get the Democratic money behind him, the establishment, and they're going to put in another tool, another Democratic just cog in the wheel that kisses their ass and totes the Democratic line, and they're going to buy the seat back. And that people in this district are just going to vote for whoever he tells them to. That's why I don't know if I want to run, because I don't think this country's ready to break away from this system. We have too many blue MAGAs and MAGAs. Vote blue no matter who and own the libs. I don't know if he's going to make governor. That's interesting. Between him and Katie Porter, I don't know. It's hard to say. Quantum, I think that they do want a better life for the country, but I think what I've discovered is people care about themselves. They care more about making money than solving the problem. Like today, I'll give you an example. I could have posted it. I could have posted any number of MAGA videos that I have made, okay? And I didn't. Because gun reform is a serious issue. And I don't care if it gets 400 views. I really don't care. It sucks. Those videos should get hundreds of thousands of views so we can talk about it and actually change this country. But it's not. Oh, sorry. That was my chat GPT. That's where all my brains and my notes go in there. But we're not. Another example, I posted a great interview on Saturday with Nicole Monroe, who did the baby formula experiment. Didn't get a lot of views. It was a great video. But it wasn't outrage. No, it's okay, Jules. I appreciate that. Yeah, Dr. Crean would be ashamed of what this country is. It's about money, people. The sad reality is that we are, as a society, whores to capitalism. We just are. And being upset and angry is a profitable business. And once we get AI, what's going to happen? It's going to get a lot worse. There's going to be a line where we're not going to be positive if the people in the videos are real or if they're fake. That's what's going to happen. And for many people, they don't care. And they're going to judge people based off of fake videos because they're stupid. They don't have critical thinking. There was a lady. Hold on here. Who was that lady? Who's the lady? Where is she? There she is. Hold on. What's her name? I'm going to post this later. Hold on. There's a lady in Texas running for Congress. It's one of the most vile things I've ever heard. I'm going to post it later. I'm going to post it like 2 or 3 o'clock. It's disgusting. It's truly just gross. Well, and Jules, you make a good point. This is what happens. An example. I love what Zoran Mandami is doing. I think he ran a great campaign. I think he's putting the people first, and he's putting it on affordability. At the same time, I don't like the fact that he was in the Oval Office and cozied up to a convicted felon who was an adjudicated rapist. I don't like it, right? AOC refused to go to the inauguration because she goes, I don't celebrate rapists. Why is that so hard to say? It's not. But when I criticize Zoran Mamdani, you get unsubs, and I don't care. Go. Because I criticized him. There is a part of this country that is just as bad, if not worse, than MAGA. It's the blue MAGA. And they always want to say, don't divide us. We're not dividing us. You're unwilling to criticize your own party. The Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin. That's a fact. Are the Republicans morally bankrupt? 1,000%. But they're all screwing us. They're all getting money from corporations. They're all getting money from AIPAC. They're all not reversing Citizens United. They're all cozying up to Israel. All of them are screwing us. None of them have raised minimum wage. Why didn't Joe Biden stack the Supreme Court? Why didn't Barack Obama, when they had the supermajority for 3 months, codify Roe versus Wade? He said, I would codify Roe versus Wade. And once he came to office, it wasn't a legislative priority. That's on the Democrats. They screwed around because they wanted to play on that platform and run on it. So they didn't fix it. They're partly responsible for Roe versus Wade getting overturned. And there's still Democrats that don't want to hear that argument. Yeah, you're right, Jules. We worship people in power. We shouldn't. Yeah, and I love Obama. I thought he was a great president. But there's too many people, hey, hell, that they refuse to criticize the Democratic Party. It's a sin. Now's not the time. Every election we say this. Now's not the time. 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. It's never the time. The last 20 years, we've said the same thing. You had 1 million people, these blue MAGA, that wanted to be morally superior, and they voted for this troll, Jill Stein. She's a troll. She is. She shows up 6 months before every election, and she says, everybody's bad, vote for me, and then nothing happens. They're protest votes. Yeah, and I agree, Quantum. But the problem is part of this country on the left doesn't accept criticism of Zoran Mamdani or AOC. They will not hear it. They will not listen to it. And they close their minds. I've changed my mind. I used to be a damn Republican. I used to have a whole different issue on civil rights and women's rights because I listened to different points of view. And the reality is both parties are screwing us. And part of this country doesn't want to admit it because it means that they have to break away from tribalism. So, yeah. So, anyway, that was my whole thing on the gun reform. That's what I want to talk about today. I'm not sure how many times a week I'm going to do this. Probably maybe 3 or 4. I'm going to try to get back to it. The problem is that my wife and I share an office. Let me see if I can find my DEI cat. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here's right. All right, hold on. Here I come. I never showed you guys my cat before. One of my cats. This is Rex. You say hi? Hello. You say hi to the friends? Hello. 6 years old. He's a good boy. I have another cat that's black. I call him my DEI cat. Yeah, DEI. Yeah, he's all black. And then my black cat, literally, His entire body is black except for his pits. I know. Anyway. All right, my friends. I got to go get some work done. I got to make some money. So I'm going to be on tomorrow. I got to do like 3 days this week or something like that because I'm in some weird YouTube contest. You get like a YouTube ugly Christmas sweater. I don't know. I think I should try to wear it. And then, if you guys didn't hear me, on Wednesday, when I do like good news, hold on. That's Carla going in. I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna do story time. There's a lady on TikTok called Ashley, and I'm gonna read one of these 2 books. I got these at a Comic-Con. I don't know. This one, Big Baby Donnie's LA Tantrum Takeover. Or Big Baby's Donnie's Bad Birthday. It's so funny. I think I'm going to do a story time with my Stitch hoodie. It's pretty funny. I don't know how many he made, but thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Anyway, all right, my friends, I got to go grab lunch and do some work. I got to pay some bills. Oh, if you guys want, you don't have to. A lot of people had asked me about my thumbnails. So I started a Patreon account. Unfortunately, I have to charge a couple bucks for it. Everything is free on YouTube. I don't run ads. I don't think, well, whatever they run on the back end. I'm not going to sell sponsorships. I don't want to do any of that crap. The only problem is it takes me a little bit of while. I have to upload everything manually, the link, the description, and the thumbnail. So if you want them, if you want to support, cover my expenses, it's like $5 a month. If you don't, that's totally cool too. Yeah, I make them all myself. Every one. Some of them, honestly, take me like 5 minutes. Some of them take me like 3 hours. I'm kind of a perfectionist to my detriment. I have an idea, and sometimes AI is a little wonky, and I've tried to make my own thumbnails, and I kind of suck at it. Every one I do, I create one. I don't even have ChatGPT. I tell it what to make, and then I have to change it up. Sometimes I do it like 10 changes. It's crazy. So if you want to, it's in Patreon. If you don't, that's cool too. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but it's like $5 a month. And if there's something I'm missing, just send me an email and I'll upload it. I've tried to go back as far as I can. There might be a few, but I think I have like 30 or 40 videos in there. It's in the bottom. You can click on the thing. So thank you. All right, my friends. All right. Bye-bye.